What's happening, family? It is your man, CRB Jr., Cordy Brown Jr. here at Motown Mafia Podcast. And if you're on YouTube, shout out. Make sure you're hitting that like, share, and subscribe button at Big Boss Filmworks at YouTube. And we are here with a very special guest and a good friend and a good business partner. All of the above. What's happening, Scott?
How you doing, CB? Thanks for having me, man.
Always.
Happy holidays to the Brown family and the Field Marshal and Big Lou and Little Eddie and that whole crew.
Oh, family, yeah. You know, Scott is he has been with the kids called a day oneer with the family and all on this. Can you believe, dude? 10 years.
I know, man.
10 years. Cuckoo, right?
I can still remember in my first round of interviews when I started my research in 2005. This was before I met Courtney and Eddie and Courtney's dad. But I can remember sitting with an FBI agent and a Southfield Police Department detective, retired Southfield Police Department detective, and we were talking about some stuff from the era of the 1970s and stuff, and I think we were talking about Marzette and then Usher, and then the police officer was like, you know, you can't talk about that era without talking about the biggest real name of that era, at least around here, meaning where he was in Southfield, right, without talking about Eddie and Courtney.
Yeah.
And at that point, I knew about Eddie and Courtney from reading that famous front page story in the newspaper from my research, but I didn't really know the ins and outs or the particulars. And he started to school me on it. So then when I had an opportunity to hook up with the real deal Holyfield, it's like they're gonna color it up even more, and
the rest became history. So, and if you have not, you must see Scott. Definitely, besides being with us from the beginning, always we were pitching and self-distributed in the book, Motown Mafia, Ben Mars over Kingpin's Kid, and he's featured in the award-winning, critically acclaimed Motown Mafia documentary.
And they did it the right way. Eddie and Courtney. They were gentlemen gangsters that understood that business was business, and bottom line is all that really counts, and all the fighting and fussing and bloodshed and rivalries and jealousies, all it does is detract from your bottom line. The whole point is to get up and get out. It ain't to wallow in misery, in gangland misery. What's the point of becoming a powerhouse if you got to be constantly worrying about your best friend stabbing you in the back?
And on that note, that even how it transcends into what we're all doing now, we reach out every click in the city, whether it's YBI, Pony Down, PA. We're good because the one thing about Pop was he just, and all the way back to Eddie's day.
Yeah.
They just wanted to get money with guys.
Well, and
so
we can get into the Black Mafia family stuff, but from some of my personal interviews with Demetrius Flannery from prison, he talks about he's a student of the game, if you will.
Right.
He's someone that considers himself a historian, not just the history of the American underworld, but the history of the Detroit underworld. And he's not shy in saying that the blueprint for Black Mafia family was this composite or this blending of YBI, Davis Family Gang, and Eddie and Courtney.
Yeah.
Those three organizations, he wanted to take the best of all three of those organizations and combine them into what became Black Mafia family. So.
And other than that, shout out to Meech, free Meech. But we got to definitely get in that BMF.
For a group that, for all intents and purposes, took over the entire nation's drug game for a period of time and did it really without any bodies.
Yeah, no, they were business guys.
Not to say that
bodies
weren't bodies,
but that wasn't their hustle.
Could be connected to Black Mafia family. There were actually did a story about it recently, but most of those homicides or most of those deaths were, club altercations. You bumped into me and disrespected me. We're not fighting over territory or the organization like what happened to YBI where it split in half, and you had a war between Baby Ray Peoples and Butch Jones.
Yeah.
You know, that never. It actually
Did happen.
with YBI or with the Black Mafia family, it happened. Just you didn't have any bloodshed.
Which happened because even in the best business,
Right.
sometimes people go different directions.
Yeah.
But Uncle Butch was out at Wasam's and ran into T.
Yeah.
And he quoted, according to Unc, said kind of the same kind of thing. He was like, kind of introduced himself, and T was kind of like, "Man, of course I know who you are. You're Eddie Jackson and Courtney. You know that you're the man with the man."
Right.
And he's like, "Of course we know who you guys are." He's like, "You guys were the first ones to do what we did."
Yep.
So yeah, that is cool. And they picked they picked 3 good role models there though.
Yeah, well, you know, it's like when you're building the dream team, you want to get the, you know, Magic Johnson from the Lakers and Michael Jordan from the Bulls and Larry Bird from the Celtics, and you put them all on the court, and you have the, you know, the greatest of all time, and that's what happened with BMF.
So let's get into it. Well, you're involved. Can you talk about?
Yeah.
Can you talk about the projects?
Yeah.
What
So
you
I've
got
been,
going on with BMF?
So with the Black Mafia family Stars project, I've been on staff with them for a little bit over a year, maybe like 18 months, in a consulting capacity for the scripted Black Mafia family show, and then the accompanying docuseries, companion docuseries, which will be rolling out very shortly in the next couple weeks.
Look forward to that.
And
Look
it
for
will
that.
be, I think what they're doing right now is that they're rerunning the first season on Sundays at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock.
Right.
And then beginning, I believe, like December 21st. Don't quote me on it, but I that's the number. That's the date I heard. Or whatever Sunday that is in the third week of December, right before the Christmas holiday. Okay. They're going to roll out the first episode of it's going to be an 8-part docuseries. The first season of the scripted show was 8 episodes. Right. It's going to be an 8-part docuseries that will come out right after they play a repeat of the first season of the scripted show. Then they'll start rolling out the docuseries right. I mean, literally like right at like the scripted show will end at 10 o'clock, and then the docuseries will start at 10:01 on Stars.
You pleased with it, with the project?
Yeah, I'm. For the scripted thing, it's been a home run. So,
I watch every Sunday.
It's I give a shout out to Stars and G Unit Productions and Randy Huggins, the showrunner.
Detroit guy.
From Detroit, St. Martin DePores.
That's right.
Was one of the big writers on Power.
Yeah.
And that's how him and 50 became close, and he was tapped to showrun this show. And they've really done...
His mom used to coach our buddy's Little League team.
They've done such an excellent job of capturing Detroit 1987. Like, so many have tried, especially in the last handful of years. I go back to a movie that I was involved in, the White Boy Rick film,
right.
Which fell flat on its face, trying to recreate Detroit in the 1980s. And I had a front row seat to that. I was a consultant on that project and was trying to tell everyone that they were making huge mistakes, and they ignored me. And again, if they would have been successful, I would have been happy to eat crow and say, like, I don't know what I'm talking about. You guys are the professionals. You guys did it a way that I didn't really understand, and at the end of the day, it was a success. But at the time, I could just see it was going to be a train wreck, and it turned out to be. But this, I just think they capture the essence of Detroit and that time period, and the every choice of the music is perfect. The tone. The way it looks, the way it feels. I think that Little Meech playing his dad has been another
genius idea,
another home run, and full transparency. They didn't ask my opinion on it, but at the time when I heard of the casting, I wasn't in favor of it.
But he came a long way. I mean, if you watch,
he's been great.
You watch episode 1, where he was added an actor, And then like by episode
Yeah.
5,
He's got
he grew into. He's a natural.
He's a natural.
He's a natural. Is what it
he
is.
commands the screen.
Yeah,
He's gonna have a career for himself in the entertainment
for
world,
real.
whether we're talking about the music and his rap or as an actor. He takes all of that swagger that his dad had and kind of channels it into being into show business as opposed to.
I'm happy